Hello lovely people, welcome once again to my Great With Ease YouTube channel. As always, do not forget to like, subscribe and share this video. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about the tips to draft or prepare a perfect professional CV for nurses, midwife and healthcare assistants who are looking for jobs in the UK. So a lot of people are complaining that, oh, we've been applying for jobs, you're sending emails, and we are not receiving any response and all that. So I have a friend, a colleague, who has been applying for jobs for almost 6 months now. And then I told him that, oh, what might be wrong and what is he not doing right. So I told him to send me his CV, and to my surprise, then the CV was really bad. It was really bad. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to write or draft a perfect CV in your job search. So stay tuned and enjoy this video. So first of all, I'm going to share with you things you should never add to your CV. Never add these things to your CV. Never add this information to your CV. First of all, is your age or your date of birth. So when I was going through his CV, I saw that he had his age in it. That is, he's written the age he is currently. Never add your marital status in it, because the employer doesn't want to know whether you are single or married. Never add your religious affiliation. That is, whether you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you are a Buddhist, you are a traditionalist. No, it's not necessary in your CV. And also, never add your hobbies. People tend to misinterpret hobbies and skills. When you say hobbies include reading, swimming, watching movies and TVs, listening to music. Never include them in your professional CV, as it's not necessary. Also, your residential and your postal address, it's not necessary. It's not necessary. Never add your residential or postal address. For example, the address that begins with PO box, never add them. It's not necessary. And then your referees. So a lot of people add their referees at the end of their CV. It's not needed for a UK standard CV. Never add your referees to your CV. I'll show you how you're going to do or go about that in the course of the video, so stay tuned. And also, when it comes to your qualification or your educational background, only bring your tertiary education in it. Never add your basic or secondary education, that is your BECE and your WASI. Never add them. It's not necessary, because it's not related to the job that you are applying for. So let's say you are applying for a job as a nurse or a midwife or healthcare assistant. They don't need your secondary education certificate or your basic education certificate for anything. And then also, any experience or skill that is not related to the job should never be in your CV. So in your CV, in some part of your CV, you're going to write your experience, your skills and your expertise on the CV. And note, all your skills and experience should be relevant to the job you're applying for, because they look out for these skills in selecting an ideal candidate. So never add a skill or experience which is not related to the job. So make sure you note all these points and never add them in your CV. Okay, then let's go to things you should do in your CV to make them look appealing and attractive to the employer. So first of all, make your CV look attractive. So I've seen a lot of CV going around whereby the individual use, like, they just stated their information down without using any templates. When you open Microsoft Word, there are a lot of CV templates that are very nice and beautiful and presentable. You should make your CV presentable. So the CV is like you're selling yourself. CV is more of like a supporting statement, but with this you state your education and all that. So it's more of selling yourself. So you should be innovative enough to use a CV template which is very appealing and presentable. And also in your CV, Never use different types of font. If you are using Times New Roman, use Times New Roman throughout. Use one font style. Never use different font style in your CV. It will make your work look disorganized. And use a clear font type. So usually I always advise people to use Times New Roman or Calibri, because that is the ideal font and the most clear font you're going to get in Microsoft Word. And also check your font sizes too. So with the CV, one thing you have to note is, if what you're writing is a heading, usually the font sizes are a little big, quite big, as compared to writing the subtopic or subsection of the heading. So let's say, for example, your name, you can increase the font, like you can make the font size very large. And also, let's say you are writing a topic like your skills, the topic skills can be large, and then when you're listing the skills, you use the same font size for the remaining words. So generally, make sure you use one font size throughout your CV. And also use bulletin. The bulletin, to use one style of bulletin. So if you're going to use the dot bullet type of bulletin, use the dot type of bulletin throughout. Don't be using different types of bulletin to make your work look disorganized and not attractive. And finally, check your grammar. So if you've watched the video on the supporting statement, I shared a secret. So if you want to know the secret and the magic in checking your grammar, go back and watch the video, and you're going to thank me later. So kindly check your grammar, because it's very important. You don't want the employer to be reading errors, grammatical errors, which might turn you down, because you have to prove to them that you can write and read very well. And then there's one secret I want to share with you. In writing your job experience, you should always write your previous job in the past tense. Because it's a previous job, you should always, whatever the role you played there or activities you did there, should be written in past tense. Know this and have peace. So let's move on. So let's look at the standard structure of a professional CV. So for a professional CV or a UK standard CV, these are the information you have to have on them. These are the necessary information, the relevant information you have to have on the CV. So first of all, is your contact details, and then I'm going to talk about all these parts in the rest of the video. So you are going to need your contact details, a professional summary talking about your whole career in brief, your skills or your area of expertise, your working history and or experience, your education, qualification and training you've undertaken throughout your career as a nurse, as a midwife, or as a healthcare assistant. So without wasting much time, let's go and take each of the structure and discuss about it. So first of all, your contact details. So like I said in the beginning of the video, you don't include your age, your marital status, your residential or postal address and all that. These are the relevant contact details you should include in your CV. So with the contact details, you include your name. That is, always use large font size and add your qualification to it. For example, if your name is Felix Sheldon and maybe you are a registered general nurse, you just write Felix Sheldon to brackets RGN. If you're a mental health nurse, you just write Felix Sheldon to brackets RMN. If you're a midwife, you write Felix Sheldon to brackets RM, just to make the employer know that okay, this person has this qualification before even reading your educational background. Also use your active email address, because if you apply for a job, they are going to give you the response usually through your email. Always have an email address that is very active. And also always use a professional email containing your name. For instance, felixsheldon98@gmail.com. You can add numbers to your name, like for your Gmail account, but never use a nickname. Let's say this guy is called Felix Sheldon, but he has this nickname of Black Rasta. So he has an email of blackrasta90@gmail.com. And it's not good for a CV. It's not good for a professional CV. So always have an email that contains your name and then add it to your CV. Also include your active mobile number. Do not forget to add the country dialing code, because some employers prefer to call you before they send you interview invite. So if you are from Ghana, you add the country dialing code, which is +233. If you are from Nigeria, you add +234, and it follows. So never forget to add the dialing code, and always use your active mobile number, because you're going to receive a call from a potential employer. And also use your current location. Your current location, not your nationality. Please note your current location, not your nationality. So let's say you are currently based in Lagos, working in Lagos. You just write Lagos, Nigeria. Lagos, Nigeria. If you're in Accra, you just write Accra, Ghana. If you are in Nairobi, you just write Nairobi, Kenya. Just like that. It's not about your nationality. You can be a Ghanaian and be like you'll be currently in Nigeria working. So you just write the current location you are. So as you can see on the screen, you see a sample of the contact, how the contact detail should be on your CV. So as you can see, the name is boldly written there with the qualification, and then the email and the telephone number. So let's move to the next structure, which is the professional summary. Like I said in the beginning of the video, professional summary is a brief intro about your professional career, including the number of years involved, and it should be about 3 to 4 sentence intro. So I know if you're given a pen and paper to write everything about your career, you might end up writing about 4 or 5 pages. Therefore, with a professional summary, you just give a brief intro about your career in general. So as you can see for the sample over there, it stated, I'm a registered general nurse with over 2 years of proven experience in medical emergency and OPD units. I'm effective and excellent in the management and care of patients and staff of different races, ages, and cultures in various settings, into bracket homes and hospitals. Moreover, I'm passionate and enthusiastic about providing quality healthcare to patients, a good team player, ability to work with little or no supervision and under pressure. So with a professional summary, you can include some of your skill sets in your brief intro or in your brief professional summary. So let's go to the next part, which is skills or area of expertise. So with your skills and your area of expertise, you shouldn't write less than 6 of it and shouldn't be more than 10 of it. Note, you are selling yourself, so if you sell good skills, you should tell them the skills you have. That is, you shouldn't write few of them, because you might limit yourself. So always write about 6 or 10 of the skills you have. And you have to also note that the skills must be relevant to the job or the role you are applying for. So if you are applying for a job as a healthcare assistant, always state skills that is relevant to the role. If you are applying for a job as a midwife, always state skills that is relevant to the midwifery role. And also your skills should be in a bulletin style, as I stated in the beginning of the video, and must be phrases, not sentence. So let's say I'm a good team player. You don't have to write, oh, I'm a good team player, I can work with other team members with professional from different professional backgrounds. You can just state a good team player, critical thinking ability, as stated in the sample on the screen. So this is a general idea about the skills, and a general like a brief explanation about the skills and how you're going to write your skills on your CV. And then we move to your working history and experience. And note, with your experience, it should be in chronological order. That is your most recent working experience. So let's say you are currently working in a government hospital or healthcare facility. That should come first. When you are writing your working history, that should come first. And then after writing everything, you then add your previous working experience to it. So always write your working experience in chronological order. Most recent one first, and it follows. Working experience must be related to the job you are applying for. So let's say throughout your life you had the chance to do marketing role for a company, and you have to know that marketing role is not related to nursing, therefore it's not needed. You might have other experiences with other companies in different sectors or different roles. Never include them. Always make sure that the working experience is related to the job you are applying for. State the date you gain any working experience. So the day shouldn't be the day, it should be just the month and in the year. So let's say you started working in your current facility in March 2023. You just write March 2023 to present or to current. And also state the name of the facility and the location of the facility. So let's say you are working in Kolebu Teaching Hospital. You just write Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Accra, Ghana. State the qualification of position you held during the period of your experience. So you state your qualification. Let's say you are a registered nurse or registered general nurse, you state it. Or you are a staff nurse, you state it. Whether you're a staff midwife, you state it. Whether you're a nursing officer, you state it. That is the position you held during the period of practice or your working experience. Finally, state the roles and activities you perform, and it should not be less than 7 roles. So you state the roles you played as a registered nurse, you state the roles you played as a registered midwife, you state the role you played as a healthcare assistant, and you should never write less than 7, because you definitely know that as a registered nurse you perform a lot of activities during the daily routine, so it shouldn't be less than 5. And lastly, last but not the least, we'll talk about your education, qualification, and training. You list your educational qualifications in a chronological order as is the same as the working experience. So you start with the most recent qualification you have. So I had this question from a colleague who was asking that, I did diploma and then I upgraded to a degree, which is a Bachelor of Science. So should I write only the diploma, or I can include the Bachelor of Science? My friend, since you did the diploma first and you later upgraded to bachelor's degree in nursing, you should write the bachelor's degree first and then you write the diploma, since they are all tertiary qualification. Note, never add your basic or secondary education in your CV. Always include the year you obtained the qualification, the institution that provided the qualification, and the location of the institution. So as you can see in the sample there, this person did Bachelor of Science in Nursing. He obtained the qualification from University of Ghana, Legon, and is located in Accra, Ghana. And he obtained this qualification in the year 2020. So it's in that order. And the training you've undertaken or you've undergone throughout your period of practice or working, definitely since you're a nurse, you are going to go through series of training at the working place just to improve your skills and your qualities. Never exclude them from your CV. Always include them, as it also tells you that, this person has undergone certain training or has received certain level of education while practicing. So it's very important. So you list about 5 training courses you've undergone throughout your period of working, and state the training provider and where you obtain the training. Note, this is a CV you are selling yourself. so you can tell an honest lie. Nobody is going to search for the training you've written there, or any of the rules you wrote there. But make sure that anything that you write, or any lie that you write, you make sure that you have fair idea of it. Else, if you ask question about it and you are not able to answer, you find yourself wanting. So always write not less than, or at least 5 training courses on your CV. And finally, with the referee or the reference, never write the details of your referee on your CV. So let's say you have about 2 referees. You don't need to write their name, their contact details. It's not important. Don't write them on the CV. You can just write a topic reference and you write there available on request. You write it there available on request. Simple. So when the employer needs your referee, they're going to contact you that we need your referee, or they are going to contact you that we need the details of your referees. Send them to us and then they will proceed from there. So that is that for CV writing. And note, your CV shouldn't be more than 3 pages. It shouldn't be more than 3 pages. Ideally, for a best CV, it should be about 2 pages. But since you might have a whole lot of working experience, or you might have worked in different facilities, the maximum should be 3 pages. Know this and no peace. As I always say, know this and no peace. Don't forget to like the video, share this video, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Stay tuned for more interesting and lovely content as we go on. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your time. Hello lovely people, welcome once again.